Hey folks, this is Mike with another unbagging video. So this is a package that came in recently. This will be something purchased on eBay, and I'm not sure which one it is, so we're finding out at the same time. I'm excited to get anything that I've ordered. You know, I order this stuff for a reason because I love it. I'm a fan and a collector. Sorry you can't see the package right now. It was just awkward to try and cut it open with the scissors in front of the camera. Now, plastic's gone. Nice, solid, sturdy. Oh, sorry about that. I got distracted by something else falling over and I knocked over the camera. Okay, yeah, one of the clips from my little multi-arm thing I use with the magnifying glass and the clips. I use that for inspecting things and for fixing toys and restoration and stuff. So nice solid cardboard taped together. That's pretty much the standard. I've been on eBay, not with my original, nor not with the account I'm using now, but I've been on eBay since they started. And at one time, you never knew how things were going to arrive. People hadn't figured out even this standard kind of way of shipping comics now. All right, awesome. So this is a batch of Incredible Hulk comics that I bought from the same retailer. There were separate listings, but the same seller, and I'll tell you why in just a sec. This is from one of my favorite storylines as a kid, and I don't have good copies of these right now. It's called War and Pieces, and it's a crossover between Hulk and X-Factor. So this is back in the days with the Professor Hulk personality, where he was smart, he had Banner's brain and a Hulk's body. And it's a crossover with X-Factor, where X-Factor has been assigned by the government, because they were working for the government at the time, to protect essentially a foreign dictator who, really bad guy. And the Hulk and his friends in the Pantheon run into him and are essentially trying to stop him. Give me one sec here. This is very well taped together. They're all taped together. Hang on. I'll peel off the little bits of Scotch tape later. Okay, so we've got Incredible Hulk number 392, which is part 3 of 3 of the War and Pieces storyline. Great 90s storyline crossover. There we go. Okay, now I can get these things apart. Okay, so we've got 392 and 391 right there. They've been put in the same bag and board, and that's fine. I got a really good deal on these. So 391, that'll have part 2, as you can see there. And then this one has part 1, issue 390, where the Hulk looks like Arnold from any movie that Arnold's been in. Machine Gun. That's just my insane Alexa. And then I also got this Fantastic Four, number 347, because it is part of another one of my favorite storylines, the original new Fantastic Four storyline. And so these are also ones that I love the storyline. In fact, this era of Fantastic Four, the story before and after this as well, are also some of my favorites. And so I'm probably going to go about getting some good copies of those. It wasn't $1. That's on the bag. Trust me. I got a really good deal, but it was more than $1. But one interesting little fact that I actually only learned recently, I've always had in my head these 3 Hulk issues were War and Pieces. And you can see there in part 3 where Havoc is strapped to a ballistic rocket. Obviously things went bad with X-Factor trying to protect, a despotic ruler. But there's actually an issue of X-Factor that came out at the same time that isn't officially part of War and Pieces, because all 3 issues of the War and Pieces storyline take place in Incredible Hulk. But there is an issue of X-Factor that is like a side story of something that's going on with the X-Factor members, and includes a cameo from Hulk's teammates in the Pantheon because that was the superhero team he was part of at the time. And I'm gonna have to look up what that X Factor issue is. Eventually, if I get some more of these, I'm probably gonna put together some lots where it's the story arc of the 3 Warren pieces plus the 1 X Factor issue that no one realizes crosses over with the storyline. It doesn't affect the main plot line. It doesn't deal directly with it, but it's the X Factor characters in the Middle East, and they do encounter the Hulk's allies. So I'm going to track down which issue number that is. If you know, if you're watching this and you know, throw it in the comments, because that would save me some time. But anyway, these cool things came, and as always, I'll show you something else that's going to be in my eBay store. I mentioned before, I had a lot of sci-fi DVDs that I thought for sure were going to go and didn't. So I'm listing them separately now. And one of them is Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So if you've actually wanted to ever get these movies on DVD, you'll find that in my eBay store as well. Thank you very much. I'm going to add these to my reading collection, my personal collection pile. For now, I believe I've got a couple low-grade copies of 392, so those will probably get listed eventually in the near future. But in the meantime, thank you very much, and I will see you next time.